Hi folks, 38 degrees Celsius at the moment and there's no water in the garden water tanks. I have been watering the grapevines every morning with a hose. It takes ages and I haven't managed to get up to the pollinator patch today. All I can do is water sections of the garden when I can, but it is extremely hot. Not happy. Hi folks, it's about 6:20 in the evening and it's still 37 degrees and I'm going to have to water all my pots up in the pollinator patch. This is not a labour of love, this is a labour of survival. And I've got to drag hoses up with me. Oh dear. And of course there's so much stone and rocks to navigate. It takes a while to get the hose up to this spot. Oh dear. I'm in the pollinator patch, but whoops, I better change this. Sorry, I had to put the camera down, but this is so hot. As I said, this is pure survival mode. Rain is forecast for Wednesday and Thursday, but we've got 2 more days of this. Today is Saturday, we've got Sunday, Monday to get through. This is my quince tree in its pot. I think Shasta daisies are in this one. These are the grow bags. But this is so difficult to get through. Some basil in a pot. And of course the really main reason I'm up here is to do my potted roses. Oops. Look, the poor old dahlias are not looking too good. As I said, I've got all my, there's a pomegranate back here in a pot. Sorry, this isn't coming out very well. It's trying to control the hose and the phone to do this. I think what I'll do is I'll just put the phone down and continue for a while just to get all this back, but the poor old dahlias aren't looking too good. I'm here up the top end of the pollinator patch just outside it, and I'm watering the 3 crepe myrtles I have in pots. And I have a ginkgo here, which will need, oops, where am I? A ginkgo here, which will need repotted into a larger pot through winter into spring. These are the crepe myrtles, which again I haven't planted because I'm hoping they will come with us. Just let me drag this hose now. Oh boy. As I said, this is pure survival. to try and keep things alive until it rains on hopefully Wednesday. As I said, I'm now outside the pollinator patch and going the back end where the dahlias are. Hold on. The hose has got caught, which is usual. I'll have to go down and untangle it. Bane of my life, these hoses. Back again. I have to say that normally March would have to be my favourite month in the year because autumn is lovely here usually, but at the moment the temperatures are literally running at least 15 degrees Celsius higher than normal. March you usually get sort of the low 20s and it's glorious, it's settled, it's nice settled weather, not like spring, but at the moment, as I said, we are literally in survival mode. Rain is forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. It's going to need one hell of a dump to water everything. The property's just too large to get around, and I don't have hoses everywhere to do it. And as I said, I'm doing the grapevines in the morning. Oops. These are my three ones, a ginkgo plant, which will, in pots, which will need to be repotted in winter or into spring. These are the three crepe myrtles that I have in pots. I'm hoping to take with us, but this weather is just really difficult. And as I said, we've got 3 water tanks. Well, we've got 5 water tanks, but 3 are for the garden, and they each have between, I think it's around 23,000, 24,000 litres each. And I can't get, they've gone really low, right down to the bottom, and the pumps won't pump them up once it goes below a certain level. But as I said, not a good time for the garden. And as I said, mainly I'm really worried about the potted plants because they do need watered. I'll just go around here. I've seen the little, if I can get them on the camera. No, I don't think so. There was a few little wagtails going around. I think attracted because I'm putting the water around. They will come in and get a little bit of water, even though the ponds, and I have got bird baths around. Anyway, I'm sure this is very boring. So I'll just finish off here for the moment with the camera. One of my pomegranates eaten by the wallabies. Lucky enough, I have the other one in a grow bag in the pollinator patch. But this one, I think it'll come back, but they've had a nice little snack on it. For those who may remember, these were the tiny box cuttings that I took after the storm in 9th of June 2021, and as you can see, they've done very well. They're tucked away in a corner. They get sun, but they also are shaded. I just have to remember to make sure I have them watered. But they've come up really well after considering they were just tiny little things, the cuttings that I'd taken. So pleased with those. As you see, they've come on really well. Now into the greenhouse where I'll spray some of the seedlings, but I see that the window has shut. It was open. There must have been a breeze, but I'm just spraying the seedlings now. I'll get the stupid hose in. These temperatures, you just have to make sure without overwatering. And I have to say my problem is judging when to water and when not to water. But in these temperatures, they certainly need misted. Something here was eating all my carnations, as you see. I rescued some and just put them in here, hoping that they would survive. Sorry, I'm not doing this very well. These are some rosemary cuttings. I'm not sure if they'll do or not. But anyway, I've got a few up with the 3 remaining salvia, and I put a couple of rosemary in there to see if they would root, but nothing as yet. And these are the 2 salvias that rooted. This one and this one in the glass, so I've potted them up. And these are a few plants that are just the pelargoniums, the fairy fishing rods. One of these is a Mexican hat, and I've no idea what the other one is. It's a leftover seedling from somewhere. So hopefully that will keep them going. But yeah, the window shut, which wasn't meant to happen today with this heat, but they seem to have done all right. So hopefully we just keep them going. The fern walk is a sorry sight with this heat. This tall tree fern was glorious a couple of weeks ago. I'm watering them every morning, but basically they'll just have to survive until it gets cooler again. As long as my mind is that as long as they get a bit of water around them, the humidity, you can't technically water them, but you just keep the water misted around them so that they try and keep the humidity up. But it's not a pretty sight. Everything's under terrible stress. But you can see the top here is in the distance is really stressed. Oh dear. Where is it? You see all here. This was magnificent a couple of weeks ago, but it just falls, the fronds just dry up. But hopefully with me watering them in the mornings, it's keeping the humidity and a bit of moisture around them. But oh dear, it is a sense, it is pure survival at the moment. This is the middle pond, which is drying up, but we've disconnected the solar so that we'll just leave it to dry until the rains. You can't really fill it up with the tap water, so it will just have to survive. Once you get a couple of decent showers, it'll come back. There is still water in it, but it's struggling like the rest of the garden. Now it's the potted citrus turn. Of course I'm doing these, I think it's safe to say I'm doing them once a day. See, these leaves are turning yellow, but I am actually watering at least once a day. Now the olive tree. And this orange tree has lots of fruit, so I'm hoping we shall see some at some stage to eat. But all of this is very stressful. I'm sure it's more stressful to the plants than it is to me. But oh gosh, it's hard. Especially when you're in a month where you shouldn't be having to do this. And so just over here, I've got 2-3 more to do. But this is the centre bed where everything needs a water. This is where our poor Georgie is buried under Graham Thomas rolls. We still miss Georgie. Oh, the kiwi fruit is in a dreadful state. I mean, it gets cut back anyway, but I'm sure it's not dead. But he's not looking good. But I just can't get the water up to here. This is usually on the water tanks water. So this is pretty bad. And sorry, last for today is the washing line bed. I did this morning with the grapevines, but it doesn't have deep soil, so it probably needs another one, another water this evening. All my lavender in pots. I've noticed a couple of vines don't look too healthy, so once it cools I might put in a couple of these lavenders next to a couple of the vines. Hopefully that they will grow. But as I said, usually this is a beautiful time of year, but not this year. And we've got 2 more days of this, and then it should cool Tuesday, and rain is forecast Wednesday. So hopefully that is correct, because I don't think I can keep doing this every day. It is really quite stressful, and you know you're not really doing much. You're barely keeping the plants alive. Nothing like a rain to do the job. And as I said, the vines I'll do in the morning, but they're not looking too good either. But at the same time, it's autumn now, so the leaves do start to change, so you're hoping it's just the change of season and not them dying. Anyway, I hope it's cooler wherever you are and better for the garden. So that's it for today. I don't think I can stand anymore. And as I said, you need to walk around with blinkers. It's so stressful. Seeing everywhere you look, plants in distress. These are no good to me at all at the moment. It's hard to believe, isn't it? 5,000 gallons, 22,700 litres, and they've run out of water. And we've got one down at the bottom, which it feeds into these 2. So, happy days.